okay?
How are you? Do I stand? Do I stay seated?
I said only reigning MVPs. Oh, it is. If I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to do one that's very different. And there was none with a nighttime feel.
One of my idols is coming toward me, and I have an ice-cold beverage.
I'll gather you decorated yourself.
Decorating is a strong word. That is the point of Club Random. We do not have an agenda here.
You know?
I brought you something from my garden.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. Have you ever seen a zucchini that big? I think it's a little better than nice.
It's substantial.
Is this the show, by the way? I just walked out here. Are we doing the show? Or is this,
I love that everybody asked me this. You know, first of all, the answer is yes. Did you get a drink?
Yeah, I'm doing a sulfate-free red wine. It's organic.
First of all, you already got it for me. I got the Hennessy and Coke right here.
You consider yourself health conscious.
To the extreme. As I pick up the liquor.
Because
I challenge you to find someone more health conscious than me. Can I get a light?
I like tequila more and more these days. Oh, my God, that's good.
Well, look, it's all poison. It's all poison, but at different degrees.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm drinking 2 gallons of vodka a day?
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah.
Gallons?
Gallons, the big handle.
I know what a gallon is.
2.
Something about music goes right to the pussy.
If I was a plumber or a dentist, it wouldn't be the same thing. I get it.
Well,
and you don't have to
if
be
you were a dentist, you'd be a lot of drilling.
Guy came backstage. He goes, "I've got liquid LSD," and he filled our hands, and I must have taken like 25 hits of LSD.
You could have died.
Fucking 2 days. That's what I'm saying.
About
I
it.
have a pain.
Really?
It's gone.
Okay.
just live for another 20 minutes.
That's all we need.
Because and then we're wrapped.
I always get back to like having done a show for 10 years about the good old days.
Right. Yeah.
My conversation, I would get asked about Mad Men saying like, "Don't you wish, man, don't you wish?" And I go, I'm a fan of painless dentistry. I'm like, no, it's better now.
The thing I liked about Olivier was that
his balls tasted.
Whenever I had what? He wouldn't let me ask the question. He was always busy probing me.
I'll bet he was. I'll bet he was very busy probing you.
Oh,
So a psychopath is a predatory parasite. And it's not, and that means they're very, very low in agreeableness, no empathy, tend to be callous.
Like, who are some people who fit this description?
Ted Bundy?
Let me put it another way. Who are some people running for president now?
Well, that's an open question, right?
Well, it's a true thing. And, well, I will, excuse me, Bill, stop laughing like a dog, okay? Bill Maher is a lefty lunatic. You have a case of the Trump derangement syndrome, and a lot of people are saying it. He used to like me a lot more before we got a little too political for Bill.
I have trouble saying no. Just put it there. You know.
Oh, you have trouble saying no.
To benefits and to gigs I don't want to do.
Well, why didn't you just say so? You're like the Pete Davidson of your generation. Like the guy everybody goes, wow, how did he get all those girls?
It's always how. It's so horrible. It always starts with how.
I lay on my back off the bed and they get to stand and just be right humping them right where the mattress hits.
I feel like the chances of the Family Research Council repeating this show anywhere are...
Who was the Family Research Council?
Like a super Christian organization. I don't know any thruples.
I know 2.
Can you describe them?
There were 3 men together.
Like the Three Stooges. Listen to this. This is way before I even knew what a gay person was. They slept in the same bed, and they would introduce each other as my partner, even though they were in no specific business.
You look cuter on stage than you do off stage. There's something about that thing,
So my theory that rock stars get a lot of pussy is the correct...
It is absolutely correct. A lot of them do.
Okay.
He crossed a sacred thing when you go onto a stage. The stage is sacred.
Yes.
Since then, Chappelle got tackled.
Yes.
Salman Rushdie.
I mean, are you really afraid like that?
I'm afraid on stage.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
He was based on a guy from San Diego. His real name was very close to Spicoli. Sean, he didn't really audition. He said, I know this character. I grew up with this character. I lived in Malibu.
He's a surfer, dude.
And we said, well, do it. And he goes, hire me and I'll do it. And we actually hired him.
I couldn't get a job in LA, so I went to New York. We paid $375 down, which included the security deposit on an apartment. So I got dressed and I get in the elevator. And next to me is the most exotic, beautiful woman I've ever seen. And I've got to figure out a line. And I'm shy. And the elevator starts going down, and I got to come up with something. And my line was, do you know where the garbage goes in this building? And her response was, yeah, you take it right down to it was a man. And I'm hearing Lou Reed in my head, take a walk on the wild side.
Hi.
Michael Jackson. He's rehearsing, and it's intermittently with Dr. Conrad Murray, currently now my personal doctor.
Is he really?
No.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
Yes.
No wonder you look so good.
Thank you.
It's very strange, actually. It's really strange because you just forget where you are.
Well, that's the nicest compliment you could give me. Here I am, lonely in my little club random, all by myself, smoking my blunts.
My wife won't be watching this. She's in Spain.
Do you want any?
No, thank you.
You never smoke pot.
Oh.
What do you think?
You mix it in the cigar? Because otherwise, that's the biggest joint I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you must have seen a blunt, Chris.
No.
Come on.
No.
Your family, you've never seen a blunt?
No, I have.
Okay.
Cineteast put Buster Keaton ahead of the other three.
Who put them ahead?
Cineteast.
Who?
Cineteast, film buffs.
I thought you were saying the name of some Spanish intellectual.
No, Cineteast.
Cineteast.
I said it. I said it clearly.
17th century Jesuit priest.
I said it.
We had dinner with Gregory Peck. Went out to my limo. We smoked a joint.
Who's we?
Me and you. It's Stoner.
If you're truly following the way of Christianity, you will be a good steward of this place because this is where heaven is.
This would be a really successful episode if you got me to be a Christian by the end of it. I'm telling you, this thing would fucking explode on the internet. On the boat.
This is a real Jesus. This is a Jesus moment. This is a real Jesus moment, dude.
Who's the person that's been most wasted or stoned in here?
You have to watch the Richard Dreyfuss episode. And that will answer your question.
So, this girl, who was the picture of perfect innocence and beauty.
And, oh God, now everybody's going to be doing the Dreyfuss.
No.
Well, he had a rough day.
And
innocence, you say?
Oh, yeah.
I learned more about Richard Dreyfuss than I ever wanted to know.
Incestuous Thoughts was the engine that drove my masturbation.
Really?
Yes.
I'm telling you, Bill, I'm being honest with you. We're comedians, right? We're jaded when it comes to laughter. And
when I laugh, it's an honest laugh.
Right, but with Richard Dreyfuss, I was truly, it actually broke kind of parts of my personality, and my girlfriend, wife, was screaming at me. She was like, you're gonna wake up the kids.
You have children, right?
I do not have children.
Thank God. No kids? Never no slip-ups?
Not to my knowledge. I don't enjoy them. I never have. I didn't like kids when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Really? You parents fucked it up having to negotiate with a child for what restaurant you're going to go to.
Let's not forget,
that is astoundingly, I don't know why I'm so mad. For many millions and millions of people, the purpose of living is to avoid having children.
Do you like kids? Do you actually like kids?
What do you ask me this question for? Of course I don't like kids.
You ask me questions about kids. I'm asking
Jesus,
you.
But I just told you.
Yeah.
But weren't you the one who said everybody has a plan until they get hit?
Absolutely.
Now that's a great quote.
Even with me, with everybody in life in general, we have to realize that things can happen.
The day my divorce became final, I literally got the news and went to do Politically Incorrect.
Wow.
The next month, I had a Thanksgiving at home, and you came. You went to the children's table and you sat down and you said to my 8 and 6-year-olds, so okay, are you ready now for your mom to start dating?
I did. What did they say?
They cried.
Coffee clutch with your other egghead.
What did we talk about?
What's the gossip out there? What's putting a tingle in your anus?
That would be Uranus.
Right, when someone in an audience heckles, it's obvious they didn't get the joke. My friend George Wallace used to tell this story. He was on stage where I started out at Catch a Rising Star, and it's July. He says, well, I gotta go home and take my Christmas lights down. And the guy yells out, "You were a little late, pal."
I'm editing Pulp Fiction, and I'm watching this show, Politically Incorrect on Comedy Central, that I think is just amazing.
I remember.
And I like it so much that I'm going to my editor, Sally Minky. I'm like, hey, you know what they said? You know what they said last night?
We were so buoyed by your fandom. You are our first fan. I swear to God.
I grew up on Bill Maher.
Right.
That's why I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up kid.
This is so fucking cool. I'm just gonna fanboy out for a second, please. You bring me extreme fucking joy watching you say what nobody else will fucking say and mean it. You cut right through the fucking bullshit.
My parents are a really big fan of your show.
Because they're the ones who love me.
Well, I love you too.
Oh, good.
You're still one of my favorite guys on TV.
I appreciate
I like it. You're a straight shooter. That's all you can ask for in this world nowadays, man.
I never sell out. August 19th, you'll be at the Ovens Auditorium in Charlotte, North Carolina. June 16th and 17th. Oh, I'm in Vegas. We got to go to Vegas together sometime. The Hard Rock, Northfield, Ohio, Saturday, May 20th, September 2nd. The Grand Prairie, I think that's Dallas. Texas Trust CU Theater. Okay. So.
Can I do a plug?
Yes, and Bobby, you're running for president of the United States. I think we have a clip of.
I don't want to win this election by seeing a political opponent eliminated by the federal police state.
Because it happened. It's like they made it up. But this country has done one thing that was more amazing than any other. The peaceful transference of power. So many countries cannot get this right.
Yes.
And one guy, your boyfriend Donald Trump,
Oh, come on.
broke this and
Come on,
fucked
don't
it.
give me
That's
the boyfriend
exactly
stuff. Come
what.
on. I'm running against him in this race, okay?
I think
I'm
you're
saying
running
this-
to be his vice president.
Well, I'm glad you smoked that view out. I've already said, and I'll say it again, I'm not going to work for any administration.
So you would say no to his...
Yeah, I would say no.
Somebody better wake the fuck up. Joe Biden, the Democrat, Donald Trump, the Republican. Trump would be a betting favorite.
And any 50-ish, not stupid, woke Democrat, that person can win.
I've had Senator Chris Murphy on my podcast. There's another guy.
Chris Murphy?
Yes.
So, how old is he?
50-ish.
Yes.
He looks like he's
done.
But I'm just saying,
Chris
anything,
Murphy.
if you just,
As long as we know nothing about him, can we make him gay? It would help so much in the primary.
Okay.
It really would.
Well, maybe he's ambitious enough. I can ask him.
Have you ever had a homosexual experience?
No. Why are you? But it's
No.
early. I was never destined to be a gay man.
I don't know that I was destined to be a gay man. I happened to be married to one.
Sometimes I'm in a store or something, and then they're like, there's some new way to pay or something,
That's
and I
right.
feel like the mermaid in Splash.
Yeah,
I want to
right.
go.
Well, I still don't know why you haven't got married, but I am fully understanding why nobody has ever married you.
Just talking sports is a waste of your talent.
I worked for them for 16 years. They won't call me why.
Right.
They know that I'm not afraid. They don't want that.
And he finally said, "So are you a comedian?" And I said, "Yes, Mr. Leno." And he said to me, "How much time you got?" And I said, "About 8 minutes." He said, "Good." You know, most people I ask how much time you got. I got 6 hours. I can do 6 hours. I got 2 hours to clean, 2 hours to dirty. I got.
You know, I called Jimmy Kimmel and I said, I'm getting offers from ABC. If they're talking to put me on 11:30, would you want to go on at 12:30? I think he said, yeah, he'd like to. I said, oh, okay. But I think maybe he was hurt by that, and I apologize to him for that.
But I don't want to make this all about, because I'm fine with him now. We've spoken.
Okay.
It's fine. But just for the, whatever, just the
I
facts.
hate it when two people I love don't like each other.
Oh, I do like John.
Oh.
no. We're
Oh.
not
good.
acrimonious in any way.
Okay.
We just have different directions, and have had since about 1975.
Oh, geez, look what I've stumbled into here.
Why did JFK Jr. die? I get into all this stuff.
Well, wait a second. I know why
Okay.
JFK Jr. died.
Tell me there was no bomb in the back of the plane.
You think there was a bomb in the back of the plane?
Possibility, that's all.
I don't trust the government.
I do. See,
You trust the government?
I trust the people who work in the deep state. Bureaucrats. Yes, I do. The people with stale pizza on their desk and cold coffee. A sphere that is ruled by Satanists?
Yes.
Who are the Satanists?
At the very top sits the Bank of International Settlements in Bern, Switzerland.
I've got my savings account with them. If I say, okay, I agree with you
That's
on
all it
everything,
is.
can we move on?
So there's no Russia does
Just tell
not
me what
want
the
it.
safe word
They
is.
keep saying Russia invades Ukraine.
I agree.
They don't want Ukraine.
So true.
Who wants Ukraine? It's a
Exactly.
fucking mess. It's a sewer.
As I've always said. Okay, but just to be clear, people did land on the moon.
I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know.
I do know.
I just want to know why we didn't go back.
We did go back.
What, did we go back? What year?
To the moon?
In that era when Putin first came into office, you know, there was that famous poisoning of the, what's his name? The guy from, you gotta look at the London intelligence agencies, the English ones, MI5 for 10 years. He was worthless as an agent. He wasn't, had nothing. Don't forget the project for the new American century, the people who sent us into Iraq. They automatically assume that Putin is responsible for everybody. He's like a James Bond film. Dr. No does this, he does
It's
that.
exactly like a James
But he's
Bond
not.
film.
You've
He's
watched too
exactly
much-
like a Bond villain. He should be stroking a cat every time you see him.
You haven't proven it to me, goddammit. Can I take a leak now?
Yes. You mean Putin was like, we have got to do something about this problem of
you know,
people falling out windows. I think the floors are too slippery by the window. That is what we must work on.
So where were we? We were on something interesting before we got boring.
What were we talking about? It was very interesting.
People having different viewpoints, I think, or something.
We're talking about the cancel policy and the cancel world.
We're just talking about the early funny comedies.
How many times do you get a prostate check and enjoy it before you're gay?
5?
There you go. See, yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
I just don't like joking about.
Oh, Bella.
I know
Oh,
that you
Bella.
like to, but I
This
I
is
don't
where
think
the
it's
anxiety.
funny.
Oh, for
I don't
fuck's
think
sake!
it's
What a
funny.
shame. Is there anything more pathetic in that fucking generation than begging for people to like you? Like me.
Like me. No.
Like this thing I did. Like it, please. Like it, please. Like John. The drink I made you, was it good? Like it, please. Like it, John. Please like it.
My daughter came with me. My 18-year-old daughter is like woke as fuck. I mean, that's that generation. Of
course.
Comedy is the villain, and her dad is the fucking Joker. So I bring George on the road,
right?
And I watch her and her best friend Daisy go like this. Like, I said, I saw you laughing at that trans joke about ... And George goes, Dad, hold on. The way he says it, it's different. It's not. He's not. It's like he surprises you with the thing, and I go, yeah, it's called fucking comedy.
So who's at your shows? Every age?
Every night I'll say, how many people is your first time seeing Limp Bizkit? The whole place raises their hand. How many people are under 30 years old? The whole place raises their hand. I think the people who grew up liking Limp Bizkit probably are a little older, and they'd probably rather me do a Paul Newman and give them some salad dressing or some soap.
If we were sitting here with a couple of guys from the Chili Peppers and a couple of guys from other bands, we would all agree on one thing, which is that U2 is the ideal of being in a band that we all look up to because they function, they're more or less grew up on the same street and went to the same schools.
That's true of a lot of bands. That's the Beatles.
But the Beatles also, I mean, they lasted 6 years.
10.
You know.
You experienced the Beatles.
The end, I was old enough to know what I was experiencing.
Let me rephrase it. You experienced the Plastic Ono Band.
Paul McCartney flies commercial?
He was in Heathrow Airport, yeah. And a friend of a friend said, your Uncle Paul's outside. And I said, what? And we sat there chatting away for a little bit. And,
Well, but I mean, you have so much history with that guy. I mean, and again...
yeah, but we've never, even done this.
Really?
He keeps telling me I've got so many stories about your dad that I've never told anybody. But we're just got to find the time and lock in a time to do that.
Do it like yesterday.
I know.
You've never invited me over. You've never invited
This sounds like the beginning of The Godfather.
No, but look at this place.
Well,
This-
You never asked me to come for coffee. Now you come here on the day of my daughter's wedding.
You do impressions. I remember watching your stand-up. You do impressions.
Okay, let me do Rhett Butler's speech for you. I think it's very hard to win a war with words, gentlemen. What are you saying? I'm saying there's not a cannon factory in the whole South. Well, what difference does that make to a gentleman? Well, I'm afraid it's going to make a great deal of difference to a great many gentlemen. Marty is a huge Sinatra fan because he and I both know this album that we can't find anybody else who knows this.
I live alone. That hasn't always been easy to do for a single man.
I had to introduce this album to Seth MacFarlane, who is a Sinatra adore. I've been to town. I've crossed the highways
And the harbor too.
I've done some things I never thought I'd ever do.
Saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't fucking with her broke.
Baby, don't get hooked on me. Yeah, oh my God.
Because I'll just...
Yes.
And I'll set you free. There's a great line in that where he goes, and it's warm where you're touching me. She rides around in a brand new
Foreign car, the chances are the lady's a star.
Yeah. Whatever I did right in life, this to me is like one of the ultimate payoffs.
Just leave it at that.
I'll drink to that too.
That for whatever road led me here where I have enough cachet to have you want to come here and talk to me.
Come on, buddy. Like two old white guys, we don't know. Should we do this?
I gotta go to bed, Bill.
Oh, that's honest. I gotta go. I gotta go back to... What happened to you from the ages of 0 to 2?
I was modeling. I started modeling at 6 weeks old. Literally.
We're not when we're not filming, the drinks are not free.
I'm staying here, by the way, because this is, first of all, I can't get up. And secondly, it's so comfortable. All right, I'm up. Look at me.
Running away from me now.
I know when to wrap up an interview. Since you were such an amazing guest. Cigarettes?
Cigars.
Cigars, but you don't inhale a cigar.
I was inhaling cigars.
Come on.
I know.
You look great.
You
I can't believe you.
I'm just trying to just.
It's funny. You got handsomer as you got older.
Thank you.
No, really. Like your whole first part of your career, it was always these parts, Quest for Fire and Beauty and the Beast.
They did everything they could to cover it.
It worked for you. I mean, look at the career you've had. But you actually grew into a nice. I would never guess that those were the roles. Looking at you now that you played early in your career. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. I think that's maybe añejo tequila, perhaps, or.
Well, whatever you want. Maybe it's already here. And here are some drinks that are already poured.
Well, that's some water.
We will figure it out. That's water. Yeah. Is this a drink?
That's water as well. Okay. I can't get enough water. You gotta hydrate.
Drink. What are you, a communist? Have a drink. There you go. And what do you want to mix it with?
Nothing.
Really?
It's just like,
look at that.
Just perfect.
Put hair on your chest.
Just the ice.
By the way, I remember seeing Quest for Fire in the theater in New York on 54th Street, the Ziegfeld.
Yes.
Which was a big room. Do you remember
My favorite theater in the world was the Ziegfeld. Well, my two favorite theaters, it's hard to generalize like this because, Radio City Music Hall is a pretty nice space.
But not movies. They don't show movies.
Yeah, I saw some amazing.
They show movies at Radio City Music Hall?
They used to.
Oh, I'm thinking of Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Right.
Radio City is a good place to go see a movie. But Cinerama Dome and in LA and then the Ziegfeld in New York were my two favorite places to go see movies. And you just, as luck would have it, that's the two theaters that Quest opened in.
Oh, you remember that? You remember where it opened?
I only remember the good shit, Bill.
But I remember it was 1981.
Cheers, man.
Yes, great to see you.
Great to
I always
see
loved
you.
seeing you when I saw you after the show. You'd be at the after party at Real Time, and I was always very flattered that you were just wanted to be there. Like more than I could tell you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. No, I had, it was fantastic to watch you live the night I came, the last night I came. Fernand Amandi was the journalist who you had on the show that night, and he invited me as a guest. And watching you zigzag your way through all of these different mindsets was very acrobatic.
Oh, thank you. I will say, although I'm sure it sounds immodest, we did it. I mean, we do it still in real time. I mean, the show's called Real Time, and we do it in real time. For most of the 21 years it's been, it was live. I mean, live. You know that we shot it at 7 o'clock, where it aired out here. If you had the East Coast feed, and it was 10 o'clock to the east.
Oh, I wasn't aware that ever changed. I assumed it was...
No, when the pandemic came, then we had to move to 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
for like most of the things with the pandemic, no reason that ever saved one life.
And you were doing it from one of your rooms in your house, right?
Right fucking here and in my backyard for 6 months. I mean, my God. Looking back, it just looks so stupid. But I don't want to get on that.
You were one of the things that got us through, pal.
Thanks.
I mean, but you know, everybody was like, you know, turning tail and
oh, for fuck's
going
sake.
into a defensive crouch.
Oh, I can't.
And there you were.
I can't stand.
We got to see pieces of your wardrobe we never knew existed.
Exactly. Yes. And my dogs were like bit players in my fucking television show. Now my dogs are like getting a credit. The whole thing was just so stupid. Anyway, I do remember so vividly seeing that movie in that theater. I also saw Gandhi there when it opened. I was so blown away, Gandhi. I mean, the way he portrayed him and just the way he enveloped that character and the feelings of peace and love and harmony that radiated through the screen. But the guy next to me would not shut up. I had to slug him.
Did you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Was it a left or a right?
No, but I saw Quest for Fire there, and it was such. I mean, it was. I'd never seen a movie like that. I don't think they've made a movie like that since. And I'm wondering if you. Here's a good question. Do you keep up with? Like, I'm super fascinated with prehistory. And 1981 to now is a long time, and they keep making discoveries and. Like I remember vividly saying on the screen when it came on 80,000 BC. I was like, oh, that is so awesome.
That is a great memory. It's a great thing to have remembered because very few people, that just escaped a lot of people. I mean, I know because of all the questions you get when the movie opens. When did that take place? It was right there, motherfucker.
80,000 BC. And of course, I think for a lot of people who don't have this silly hobby I have of studying prehistory and following the latest discoveries of the archaeologists and shit, they can't place that. So let me place it for you. Homo sapiens, our species, is only 200,000 years old, which is pretty amazing. Now, humans, our last common ancestor is 6 million years ago with the chimps. Then about 2.5 million years ago, we have Australopithecus. That's a human, like Lucy. Remember, they called her Lucy, about 4 foot tall. Not that cute.
No.
Quite frankly.
Not like Desi's Lucy.
Unless you're a vole. But, so that's a human, but not a Homo sapien, of course. And they left Africa, humans did, about 2 million years ago. But it wasn't until, now they say fire was discovered in 300,000 BC. So before Homo sapiens. And the connection Yuval Harari makes in his book is that that's not coincidence. When they came up with fire, they could cook food which had formerly been filled with so many bacteria and parasites that the intestines had to be enormous. But cooking it allowed the intestines to shrink and the energy went up to the brain. And that's why our brains got bigger.
Oh, wow.
Not that you'd know it by this campaign. But so that's where I place you now. Fire 300,000 BC. So it's been around for a while in 80,000 BC, but they still can't make it, I guess. Oh, wait. No, I think that's what they were saying.
That's the whole conceit of the film.
So that's in the 40-something years since they made that film, that's what's changed. In your movie, 80,000 BC was when they were still trying to find how to make fire. They could capture it in the lightning. You know, they captured it in that thing that I call him the first schmuck, the guy who drops it in the stream.
Yeah, yeah.
They're carrying it. You know, they have it, but you have to keep it in a tabernacle.
Right.
And it's the bald guy. I loved that they made it the bald guy.
It's always the bald guy.
It's
he's vaudevillian. Let's just face it. I mean, but no, the whole conceit of the film is that the ability to evolve was commensurate with the kind of climate you lived in by that point. So that there were certain areas that were very cold and people were just living in a tremendously defensive manner just to try to stay alive. And then there were certain more tropical climates where people were evolving faster because the obstacles were not, stultifying. So the conceit of the film is our fire goes out. We live on the north of the Pyrenees, and then these three warriors are sent to find fire, which is a commodity, not something that happens spontaneously in nature. And we cross the Pyrenees, and where it's much warmer, and lo and behold, there's Ray Dawn fucking Chung.
Absolutely.
Right, naked. And so...
Right. And she...
you talk about fire, baby.
Right. That's right. It was Ray Dawn Chung. And she makes fire. It's this thing.
Yeah.
You're rubbing your hands together, basically, with the stick in the middle.
Right.
And, the fact that they hadn't figured that out yet, and they needed her to tell us, I think is instructive.
That's everything you need to know.
Humans, and I mean, I could, be the champion feminist here and say, sure, the woman figured it out, and the stupid man wouldn't ask for directions to fire.
Well, no, but I mean, in your defense, it wasn't her specifically, but it was the tribe that she lived among.
Well, she shows the guy.
She shows the guy, but then she takes him into this cave, in this rather sacred moment of the film, this very climactic moment of the film, and introduces him to the shaman who is responsible for keeping this thing going. And so it's a skill that's already being passed down from which she happens to be a part of. That was the theory of when Jean-Jacques Arnaud, great filmmaker, who has,
and he's French, obviously.
He's French, and I've done four movies with him now.
Is that right?
That was the first movie I ever made, and that was certainly the first collaboration with him. But he had made another movie called Black and White and Color, which won an Oscar for Best Foreign Film. And Jean-Jacques is as intellectually curious as anyone who I've ever met in the business. He made 7 Years in Tibet later on. He made this movie called The Bear. He made another movie about these tigers in Cambodia.
I remember The Bear.
Called Brothers. He refuses to ever...
He's still with us?
He's still with us. He just made an incredibly beautiful rendition of the burning of Notre Dame. Which never got American distribution, but that's a whole other
story. A documentary about when
it was not a documentary, although when you watch the movie, you think you're watching...
Because Notre Dame really did burn a few years ago.
He made him film
about
that, which was a fictionalized telling of a real event. But the way he made it...
Who done it? Who burned Notre Dame?
Well, yeah, that's all in there.
Interesting.
And he's got these guys who are real firemen playing in the movie, acting in the movie. I don't think they've ever acted before, but they're so invested in what he's asking them to do that they're giving phenomenal performances. And you actually think, so the beauty of this film, which is indicative of Jean-Jacques' singular, non-commercial way of storytelling, is that you actually think, he's making you think you're watching real footage of the fire. when the fire was a year and a half earlier.
Right.
And he just recreated it, and he shot in about 8 cathedrals all around Europe.
I saw this one you did. I can't remember the name, but I liked it a lot. It's recent. It's Famke Janssen is your co-star. You're a hitman.
And Richard Dreyfuss is in it. I heard a wonderful. I saw some stills. Of
yes.
a wonderful moment you had with him right here in this chair.
Moment. It went on for 2 hours, and oh God, now everybody's going to be doing the Dreyfuss.
No.
Well, he had a rough day.
He was having a rough moment. He was ill or something.
He was not ill. He was just very relaxed.
I mean, there's no excuse for.
Well, to his credit, if you didn't see it and just listened to it, he was perfectly lucid. And I mean, I'll always be a big Richard Dreyfuss fan, both, professionally and personally. I did, first thing we talked about, he did a special on ABC. He was a big movie star at the time, so he could get a thing like that done in 1987 on the Constitution, because it was the 200th anniversary of the Constitution.
Right.
And I was, for some reason, one of the young whippersnappers who was like on that show. And it was a big feather in my cap at the time. I was thrilled that movie star Richard Dreyfuss was, putting me in something, and I was going to be on TV and not just telling jokes, but like doing a little highbrow sort of thing with a big star. So
I feel the same way about him. He's real American royalty, and he's cinema royalty. And this little movie that you're referring to, called Asher,
right,
is something that I had a little production company of my own for about 5 years. It was a lot of lessons learned and no small amount of comeuppances, but it was a result of like, if you just pick really, really cool material, you can make hundreds of millions of dollars. And every movie that I made lost money.
Hollywood is like a cat. I mean, it's just movie making. Like, they have declared it dead so many times. My theory was always it'll never die because it's something you can do on a date for 2 hours without talking, which is what everyone is looking for in life at a certain point in relationships. I don't remember when, I wasn't born yet, but I've seen the footage of when, like, CinemaScope or when TV came in, like in the early 50s, they thought it was over for movies. So they made movies in like this way too big screen.
Right.
And movies of that era, when they come on our TVs, they have to sort of box them weirdly because they thought they could like win the audience back with size. Like, TVs are small.
So the other day I posted 1986, Billy Wilder won a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute.
As he should.
Very big deal. And it's one of my favorite speeches. But he starts off the second half of the speech with, I've been working in Hollywood for more than 50 years, which is also a half a century. And I've watched Hollywood vacillate between despair and fear. And it was such a witty thing to say that it took 30 seconds for the audience to realize, oh, that was a fucking great line. But then he went on to say, first it was sound that was going to kill us.
Yes.
Then it was and he goes through this whole litany of things. Now, this is 1986. The cell phone hadn't been invented yet. He said the new thing that's going to kill us is the chip. What is it called? The
microchip?
The microchip. He said, whereby you won't need theaters anymore. You won't need studios anymore. You'll be able to, a satellite will take an image and spread it over 5 million screens. And then he goes on to explain AI. And this is 1986, and he lays it all out.
Really? Oh, I got to see this. Can you YouTube this?
Yeah,
you must.
And I'll shoot it to you.
Shoot it to me.
But
shoot it me, baby.
All you do is Google, Billy Wilder's acceptance speech in AFI. But the point of it is that his the reason why I posted it is because the last line of the movie is, so my fellow picture makers, don't despair. They may have the kingdom, but we have the power and the glory.
Wow.
Which is one of the greatest lines in a speech that an artist can possibly
It's
give.
biblical, right? It's from
It
the
seems
Bible.
like, but it's
the power and the glory. Yes, that's from the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
But
it's
so many
transcendent. in
so many
ways.
movie titles are East of Eden,
Right.
Inherit the Wind,
Right.
And
Right.
I'm sure there's a list of 50, and I knew 2, so I'm gonna.
There you go. You're way ahead of the game.
I'm gonna get off this.
I didn't know any.
I'm gonna make believe that. No,
Sodom,
but
Sodom and Gomorrah. That was.
Well, that. Yeah.
Sound of Music. No, that didn't. I don't think that was from the Bible.
When I had my genealogy done by Skip Gates, you know that show, the Henry Louis Gates, the Finding Your Roots, the brilliant Harvard professor Henry Louis Gates.
No.
You should do it. I mean, they would be perfect.
Well, I've been obsessed with doing something like a 23andMe or whatever they call them.
But they do all the research for you.
But this one sounds really
Well, you
trippy.
must have seen this. It's been on PBS since, you know.
Yeah, this is the one to do.
Okay, so I did it, and they do they do you on one day, and then they have another one, and they put 2 people together to make it a more interesting episode. And they've traced my heritage back to 1818 in Ireland. You know, they have the church records of the person. It's cool that you get that done, and they give you a booklet with all the clippings and the information. It's. I mean, you cannot get your genealogy done better for free, or they may pay you a stipend. But the star of my genealogy thing on the Skip Gates show was my grandfather, my Irish side grandfather, my father's father, who I never met. He died in 1940. But he was a major motherfucker. There's banner headlines in the New York Times from 1919, 1920. He was head of the boatsmen's unions.
Ooh.
He shut down New York Harbor.
Yeah.
They negotiated with the president. Maybe it was Woodrow Wilson, I think, himself. That's pretty big.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, very cool.
I'm kind of afraid of what they'll find.
Why?
Because, you know, the kind of simian
Neanderthals
features that I have, yeah.
But that's...
The only reason I was in Quest for Fire, by the way, you thought it was for my acting, but no.
Well, your acting was great, too.
But the guy was looking at my forehead, and he was so fascinated.
But that's what I'm saying. It's funny, at your age now, that's all gone. I know what you mean. I mean, we all noticed that.
I'm a different kind of animal.
You are a different kind of animal. Yes, a Neanderthal. But isn't that, to go back to Quest for Fire for a second, wasn't that also part of the plot, was that Ray Dawn Chong's tribe, who were much more human-like, then interbreeded, because we did interbreed. Everybody has, not everybody, but people do have Neanderthal blood in them.
Well, the last image of the film is, you know, he's trying
Pregnant.
to fuck her. He's trying to fuck her from behind, and she turns him around, and they.
That's not the last frame of the film. I remember.
I turned it off after that. That's all I knew.
Okay, I can't watch my movies either. Like where is it? There are Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
I love that
1988.
film. I know all the dialogue.
But no, the last shot, excuse me.
It's not the last shot.
The last shot is she is pregnant,
Yeah, she's pregnant.
looking at the moon. She's sitting against his chest,
Yeah.
and they're looking at the moon, and
Yeah. But about 30 minutes before the end, he goes to take her from behind.
Okay.
And she turns him around and shows him missionary.
Apparently that scene meant a lot more to you.
That's the only reason I took the movie.
I feel like I'm...
I said to myself, this is filmmaking theory, and that is that the genius, the artistry, is constant. It's always been there.
Whose artistry? The actor? The writer?
Artistry in general.
Okay.
People who are brilliant enough to paint like Picasso and like Rembrandt and stuff. People who are brilliant enough to write music like Chopin and Gershwin and stuff. Constant. When we invent the new modality of storytelling, which was cinema back in the beginning of the 20th century, they came out of the woodwork, geniuses. Geniuses. I mean, if you look at
like Chaplin.
Yeah. The only thing that changes is not the artistry. The artistry is constantly there.
Right.
And it's there to be tapped. A lot of it doesn't get tapped, but there's so much in reserve that is, waiting to be tapped. The only thing that changed to me was the marketplace. So before there was cinema, you had playwriting that was mind-blowingly exquisite, and literature, fiction writing, the great, the Hemingways and the Fitzgeralds and the Faulkners.
Novelists, yeah.
And then movies come along, and you see those same guys writing for films.
Some of them, yes.
And then the studios started to falter in the 50s, and it was really hard to make a living as one of those guys.
Right.
So they started to move over to alternative sources of revenue.
Sure.
They went where the money was. So they went to television. Now, the reason why they're calling this the golden era of television is because little by little, the movie-going experience got fucked up, really fucked up, little by little.
You're talking about superhero movies and sequels and
yeah,
because it's interesting.
I'm talking about the difference between an amusement park and a movie theater was almost unrecognizable.
Right. That's great. Yes, that's a perfect
But
way
these
to put it.
geniuses, these great writers, still had phenomenal stories to tell. They would have been writing them if it was the 70s and you had Brian De Palma and Marty Scorsese and those dudes, motherfuckers, doing their thing. They would have been writing for cinema because that's where the money was. But the money was no longer in cinema, so where did they go? And this is how you get FX becomes, a cable station and a mind-blowing content. And all these cable stations start exploding to give these writers a place to go where they can write original mind-blowing shit, but also make a living.
Right.
Like make a living. Raise their kids, put them through school.
Are you of the school that you hear all the time that the 70s was kind of like the peak of movie, like the movies of the 70s? Lots of people are always, maybe it's just something to say at a cocktail party, but I think there's great movies in every decade, of course, just like there's great music. But there is something about the 70s. Like I was watching 3 Days of the Condor recently.
What a fucking movie.
Right. I mean,
so fucking good.
So fucking good. And they knew how to make something that was at once entertaining, but also serious. It had adult themes and it was about a real thing. But it wasn't just a downer, which is, it wasn't like, homeless lady shits in a bucket movie, which is like a lot of what they put out now. But we did a whole thing on it one night that they should call the Oscars the Downers or the Debbies for Debbie Downer. And now here's your MC, the sad emoji, because they just seem to change the raison d'etre from we want you to enjoy yourselves and be entertained and think sometimes to we want you to see how worthy we are. We want you to see, and this is my thing about, once it gets to that place of lecturing, then you're leaving the realm of art.
Yeah.
Now you're in the realm of polemics, which has a place, but it's not what art does.
I mean, my feeling is that the golden age of cinema was the 30s and 40s. And then the 70s was a tremendously kind of atypical, phenomenal period because you still had an infrastructure that would support the emergence of great new storytellers like Scorsese, like De Palma, like Coppola, like all the guys that came up in the 70s, like the guy who did 5 Easy Pieces,
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Yeah, no, but
No, I know. Hal Ashby?
Well, Hal Ashby is one of them. I'll think of his name. But it was just one guy after another, but we still had an environment that would support them commercially. People were still going to the theater enough to justify giving $15 million.
But again, because they knew they could walk and chew gum at the same time. Spielberg, I mean.
But every era has shit and greatness.
Every era has mostly shit. Most of everything is shit. Most music is shit. Most books are shit. Most movies are shit. Most TV is shit. Life is mostly shit. You know, I mean, you said there's all these geniuses.
Can I get some more to drink because this is?
Yeah.
I really need this
What?
conversation. Is like,
am I depressing you?
no, not at all. I'm just joking. But I did go through that tequila quite quickly, and I'm using my hand. Is that all right?
Please do. We don't.
We're brothers.
We're brothers, and we don't stand on ceremony. You're
And I
a
even
club
put
random.
a piece of ice. that fell
Random
on
is
the
right in the
sofa.
title. Oh, my new Trader Vic's lighter. I love it.
Here's to Trader Vic's coming back to LA. I hear.
They sent me all this awesome shit. I love the lighter.
That's beautiful.
Do I put some of the shit. Oh yeah, there you go. Trader Vic since 1934.
And I hear from one of the people I met when I came in here today that they're coming back to LA.
Yes, they
They'll
are.
have a presence again.
Did you spend some time at the one on the Wilshire in Santa Monica in your day?
Well, when I first got here in the mid '80s,
we all did.
It was one of my first stops because
Right.
it's like it's like 77 Sunset Strip.
Right.
It's one of those places you just got to hit.
But also because you could get so drunk. The drinks were not like any other bar. I mean, it was a little kind of old schooly, which is also what was kind of cool about it, booths. I mean, trust me, in the 80s, that was like a go-to to get laid kind of place. Because like one of those drinks, and you were both on your ass. We were always doing a Richard Dreyfuss in those booths. We were always sliding around in the slush because they would bring out a fucking human skull. It looked like it was that big. Ceramic, beautiful ceramics. But it was a bowl of liquor. It was a bowl of like 8 different kinds of liquor. And of course, the sugar amount that we took must have been just enough to make many diabetics. But, you didn't do it all that often. But between the fruity stuff that they put in to mask the multiple liquors in there and the liquor itself, but yeah, and big long straws, and you would just be under the table after, one, and if you had 2 of them. So, unfortunately, those days in my life are long gone.
Oh,
I can't
Bill,
drink like that. Can you still?
No,
drink
I
like
can't. I never could. I never could drink like that. But
I can drink a little, not every night, but that's otherwise. You wind up looking like Ted Kennedy.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm going through. The thing about aging. I'm like north of 70 now, so.
Right. That's as good as you can do.
But it's very, very hard when you are not confronted, but smacked in the face with the fact that you can't do the things that were so de rigueur, that were so like, this is what we're doing tonight. We're going to go out. We're going to hit 5 or 6 places.
Exactly.
And, and then you get to the point where you say to you go to see your doctor and go, I have this lower intestinal discomfort. And he said, well, did you do anything different last night than you usually do? I said, no, I just went out and had 7 or 8 drinks.
Oh.
And
if I had 7 or 8.
I
couldn't.
That was something I could have done routinely.
But not now.
Well, now I'm finding out that my pancreas is revolting. As Mel Brooks, the way Mel Brooks used the term, the people are revolting. Yeah. Of course they are. They stink on ice.
I know.
But
well, that is. My hat's off to you at that age to be able to drink like that.
The point is, I can't.
But
for you, Bill, I'm making an exception.
Look, it's amazing because, like, whatever the trade-off was when when Jesus was making you in heaven, like it was worth it because, like, here you are at 73. That is not the skin of a 73-year-old, especially one who drinks, and that's usually what goes on people. You could definitely still play really any late middle age, if the character's 59, that is not a problem. That's good. That's a good thing to, especially like, you're a good heavy, that's why I like that Asher movie, because you were, but, and we certainly have seen a zillion hitmen. talk about Hollywood and their lack of imagination. Like, can't they think of another way to say that a guy's morals are compromised? I mean, really, you could put a longer list than the names of the movies that come from the Bible to the list of people.
What are we fascinated about, though? We really like people who take matters into their own hands.
That's interesting.
I think that that's the fascination. I think that that's why we like The Godfather so much and all the gangster movies so much. And the Cagneys and the Bogarts, if you want to go all the way back to the origin story. We just like vigilantes.
But they weren't. But now,
look at what Death Wish did.
No, this is, yes, vigilante. Okay, but that's a different category than assassin, hitman. There's been many. I mean, Stallone has played it. I could name a lot of people, if we put our minds to it right now, who have played some version of a hitman. Remember the one, the French guy with, I think Natalie Portman is the kid in it.
Yeah, Jean Reno.
He's terrific. And it's always, I am a hitman, but I have a code.
But I have a heart of gold.
Not a heart of gold necessarily, but they definitely have a code. No women and children, and also hermaphrodites. I will not kill I have a code. Whatever it is, and they. But I thought you guys brought whatever it was. It was moody and cool. So the fact that that's what it was, I guess that had to be the spine of the project. But
well, the tightrope walk. If you're going to immerse yourself in a hitman movie, then you have to. You've already signed on to, like, okay, I'm gonna walk a fine line here, and if I go to the left too much or the right too much, I fall and I kill myself.
Right.
But the tightrope walk is that you have to make the audience believe that everybody you're killing has it coming.
Right.
The world is better off with them dead.
Well, yes.
That's where this thing comes in about, this instant sort of justice that we're all longing for.
Right.
I think we're all longing.
Well, definitely that. Then there's an interesting way we see the psyche of America change by how we look at movies with villains who, in the past, did not have to die. I'll give you an example. In the original Cape Fear.
I love that movie.
The original?
Yeah.
And the Scorsese.
Scorsese was good, but the original was phenomenal.
It's 1960, I think, the original.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
In 1960, he doesn't die at the end, the bad guy, the psycho, because in 1960, people still had faith in the justice system. So it was, if a guy was saying to the bad guy, well, that's it. You'll be going away for a very long time, and you will get your just comeuppance in this just country of ours, and that's just what I have to say to you. It was all good. But by the time you got to 1992 or whatever that was, the person has to die. The person always has to die. We do not trust the justice system. If there's an evil seed, I was watching Jennifer Lopez movie called The Boy Next Door, where she fucks she's like this hot, 45-year-old woman, and
that's a stretch.
She fucks a teenager next door, He looks like he's 35, and he's playing 18, and he talks like someone who's 40. I mean, it's hysterical. But she, in a moment of weakness one night, fucks the boy next door, and then he's sprung on her, and he becomes a psycho, and he's going to ruin her life, and he tries. We've seen this pattern in many movies. It's amusing. And at the end, of course, he has to die. She has to kill him. He can't just keep being a psycho and we trust that the system will take care of you and
because he has it coming.
Well, he definitely has it coming. He had her coming that first night, and that's where all the trouble started.
Short-lived.
That's where the trouble started.
Unsustainable, as they say.
She gave into it that one night.
In the Republican Party.
I think a better movie would have been if she just went with it. When she was like, oh, that
was a sequel.
This is good dick. And he's next door.
Right.
But the problem is he had befriended her teenage son as a kind of a
oh my God, no.
mentor.
Bad move. Bad. That's hitting below the belt.
Well,
you really have it coming when you use the teenage son to get a little.
You want to put J-Lo in a messy situation. And I saw another one she just did called Mother. It's fantastic. Did you see that on Netflix?
That's brand new, right?
It's pretty new.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Really
yet,
good.
But I read amazing things about it.
Yeah, she's like up in Alaska, and again, I think she's a hitman or some shit.
Yeah, and that's
Definitely doing some badass stuff in the snow.
Can I get back to something that
Please do.
we
Please
kind
do,
of,
Ron.
Yeah, you hydrate a little bit there because I feel as though you were onto something a minute ago where we talked about how there seemed to be an unstoppable, irresistible movement to keep everybody at home, which culminated with a pandemic, which was, like nobody saw that coming. But everything was going in that way anyway, because Amazon was delivering everything to your house, and movies were being delivered to your house, and you never had to really leave your house. You could even have put on some goggles and have a sensation like you were walking in the park, walking your dog virtually.
I will never be one of those people.
No, none of us.
I don't think you ever look cool with goggles on your head.
But what I was saying is that it seemed as though when all of this was proliferating, that this was the new normal, that this was going to be the way it was. People were going to be consigned to doing everything at home, and there would be no more communal
office.
Yeah,
like the office. Like there's no place where people gather communally.
Yeah, there would be, movie theaters were the synagogues and the churches. These were places where they were ritualistic in nature, but what you got out of them was real spiritual kind of nourishment. And all of those things began to become devalued by the fact that you don't have to leave your house now. You can stay home and get anything you want, anything you want. And we thought,
you just have to
and I even thought, but then, somehow it's like that little piece of grass that grows between in the concrete.
Yeah.
It just, and somehow a movie does $180 million on a weekend, and you go, not so fast.
Look at Oppenheimer. I think that the message from the audience is, do more of that. Work a little harder.
But the idiots who run the show are going, they're always behind they're always 2 steps behind.
Well,
they're always going, oh wait, now we got to do this now?
Okay, well, you can't blame them too much when Avengers Endgame just, made $350 million. I mean, there's a reason why they make the movies they make. They want to make money. If people didn't go to these, but a lot of those franchise ones are starting to peter out. They're just, you can only do it so many times.
Right.
Even for kids. And they're all the same from each other. Like, what my favorite superhero movie is? It's the one everyone thinks is garbage.
Hellboy.
Hellboy, yes. Well, that's its own special category, right?
Yes, I agree.
It really is. But that was a great thing
that was
to
well
happen
said.
for you.
No, I'm joking.
No, it's a big thing.
I took a shot there.
No, it's great to have a tentpole franchise thing like that.
Plus, what was great about it, now that I've taken this conversation, shoved it back my way, which is,
please do.
You better watch out because I do that. But it was basically a superhero movie about a slob who wanted to stay home and eat pizza and watch the Three Stooges.
It's fun.
So it's an underachiever superhero movie, which gives it a second layer. But anyway, enough about me.
No, I love Hellboy, so you don't have to apologize for that. I was just going to say the one I like that everyone hates is Catwoman. For some reason, Spider-Man is genius and Catwoman is horrible. And to me, it's always the same movie, the origin story of how they got to be where they are. And it's like, AI looks at that and goes, oh, please. It'll take me 1 second to come out with the next one. They don't even need AI. They just feed in the last one. And Catwoman...
What is the opposite of artificial intelligence?
Real intelligence?
Non-intelligence.
Well...
Yeah, that's what you're describing.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
zero intelligence.
At least in the Catwoman, I could look at Halle Berry. But, you know, I mean, it is amazing how much they will. Liam Neeson has done like 3. I'm not talking about Taken, which is, I mean, the first one was great. The first Taken is great. Then, of course, it gets like, oh, Taken again. All these kind of movies where something crazy happens to somebody and the movie's such a big hit, they're like, well, I guess it's going to have to happen to Bruce Willis again in Die Hard 4. I think they should make Titanic 2, where she goes on another ship and it hits another iceberg. Call it Titanic 2. Is it me? But you know what I mean? They just they paint themselves into this corner. But Liam Neeson has done this other thing where he did a movie where he was on a train and somebody's like blackmailing him to take over the train or else I'll kill your mom or something. And then they did the same movie on a plane. It's almost the exact same script, but now we're on a plane. I'm like, my hat's off to you, Liam. That takes big Irish balls.
You know, it goes back to William Goldman, who said about Hollywood, nobody knows anything.
Oh, yes. Right.
So
that's an amazing book, the William Goldman.
Amazing.
It's called Adventures.
Hollywood something.
Adventures in the Screen Trade?
Yeah,
Isn't that the name of it? I mean, it is such a handy guide to, if you ever wonder about anything that's happened in show business, he will make sense of it for you. Like, I love the part where he says, people think it's a mystery, like how we get big movie stars to, you know, like pick our script. Write them their first scene where you first see them. Write them a big fucking speech where they look like a hero, and they'll do your movie. Write them, make them look cool. Put that on the paper.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Every star just about wants to just, in baseball they would say, stay in the show.
But the interesting thing about a guy like William Goldman is, you know, you can't assign more hits with a person than, you know, he was associated with, and yet he writes a book which the first sentence is, here's the thing about Hollywood, nobody knows anything.
Yeah. I think he's talking more about the studio heads and what's going to be a hit or not. But as far as like, how do you actually have a good script? And he's like Butch Cassidy, right? And I mean, I can't, The Sting, is that William?
Yes.
I mean, yes, I can't remember all of them. But yes, he had an amazing run.
And The Princess Bride.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. But here's the thing, as you know better than I do, about movies is anything can fuck up a movie. You have to be lucky. There's so many elements. And if any one of them doesn't work, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah.
I'm sure when I was making brilliant movies like Count of a Woman, I remember every day they come back from the dailies and it's just the greatest fucking thing anyone's ever seen. I mean, celluloid should be sent directly in the time capsule.
Smithsonian. I smell Smithsonian.
Yeah, and this is like, they all think when they're making it, and then I guess they get in the room with the editors and they put it together, and then suddenly it's like, oh. I mean, and you see so many movies from very talented directors that suck. They just miss.
Yeah, no, I've been working on a movie where all along the way you say, did you see the dailies? Oh.
Right.
Oh.
I know.
My God.
I know.
And then you go see you get invited to the casting crew screening, and you watch the movie, and you're like, and you go, what happened to all those great dailies?
Right.
They never made it to the screen. But it's all just, everybody's blowing smoke up everybody's ass.
Right.
And,
but the thing is, like,
and you're right. The odds are so against something good taking place because 400 pair of hands touch this product before it comes out.
You have to, yeah. I gotta pee, to be perfectly honest.
I was, I can't remember the name of the fellow in the white T-shirt who welcomed me here, but
Chris?
The minute I got here, because I drove from Pasadena and I'm 73, and the minute I got here, I said, I need a bathroom so bad. And that's only a 40-minute drive. I mean, you know, come on.
It's
I understand,
aging is
pal.
not for the.
Well, Betty Davis said it's not for sissies.
It's so not for sissies.
It's really not.
But I'm so glad we
But
got.
the only thing that aging is good for, which you've always been good at, but you're better at now, is that you just don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yeah, and you're wiser.